Guess who's back with another ratchet ass video. Today, I grabbed my cup of tea and I decided, why don't I just trigger the entire world with my unpopular opinions? So my first unpopular opinion is, don't hate me, but Harry Potter is just not there, sis. I just never really ended up liking the series. I've never read books, but that's mostly because I barely read. I'm off topic, but I'm like reading this right now, and you see how big this is? Like, it's humongous. So yeah, I never really fell in love with the series. I would always fall asleep when watching the movies, and to be honest, it just never really intrigued me. A few years ago, actually, my dad bought all the movies. He bought them at a yard sale. I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I think I watched the first 3 movies and I was like, oh shit, bitch, like this is actually not that bad. Then I got to the 4th one and I got bored and I took it off and I never finished the series. Number 2, this is also probably gonna trigger a lot of people. I don't like Star Wars, and I've never ever been awake for a full Star Wars movie. I always fall asleep. My third unpopular opinion is, don't come at me, is Black Panther was just an alright movie. It's not this amazing movie, other than it had a majority of black cast, which is really important. That's the only thing that I think amazes me, but the movie was just, to me, didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion. My 4th unpopular opinion, feminists are gonna come after me, but Wonder Woman was kind of boring. It just, to me, didn't live up to the hype. For the 2 hours and 30 minutes that it is, I searched it up, 2 hours and 29 minutes, which I guess we would cancel off like 15 minutes of the credits. It was just kind of boring. Like, I was expecting so much more, and there was like very little action, I would say. It just like Black Panther, it was also a good movie. It just wasn't up there with like everyone else's, like how everyone else perceived it. It's like those 2 movies, I bought both of them because I thought I was expecting them to be good movies, but I was just disappointed. My, 5th unpopular opinion, I guess you guys are probably gonna justify everything, is that I low-key think that the DC movies, they're not as bad. Like, especially the old ones. Maybe it's just because I grew up with them, like Elektra, Daredevil, Catwoman, all these movies that get like a bad rep for being like the worst superhero movies ever made. Like, I grew up with those, or like those are the ones that I watched and I would constantly watch, and like I love those movies to heart. I would assume that it's because of the nostalgic feeling that it gives me, because it just reminds me of when I was very young. Although I'm still a freaking fetus, like puberty, where you at? The only thing I would say is that the CGI or the special effects that they have, their ass, their booty cheeks, they're horrendous. It's like you have this big budget to create this film and you're pulling up graphics that look like they can be from a video game. Although Batman vs Superman, horrible. Yeah. Now for my 6th one, and this is the last movie one I have, Bohemian Rhapsody. In my opinion, even though I like the movie and I like Queen, I don't believe it should be nominated for an Oscar. I think it could have done a way better job perceiving his life. I know it was a biopic, whatever you would call it, and they don't go 100% accurate, but it could have done way better, and I don't believe the film in general should be nominated for an Oscar. With the recent Super Bowl that happened yesterday on Sunday, football is boring to me. I don't get it. I was watching the Super Bowl 3 years ago. Not 3 years, like 2 years ago. I was like, let me watch it because it's like, ooh, everyone's watching it. But I put on the channel to watch the Super Bowl. It was on commercials. I wait like a couple minutes, like 2 minutes. That seems like very little. I was like there for 2 minutes watching the commercials, you know, ooh, boo-hoo, commercials, it doesn't matter. I didn't really mind that until it got into the game, and I was like, okay, let me see what's gonna go on, right? It's on for like 4.5 seconds. They drop the ball or like something happens and they're like, okay guys, we'll be back and here are more commercials. And it goes back to commercials. Like after 4.5 seconds of playing and it didn't work out, I was like, what is this? And I took it right off. My 8th unpopular opinion is that Disneyland is horrible. I don't enjoy Disneyland. The only way you can enjoy going to Disneyland, in my opinion, is going for like 3 days and splitting up the days in like sections where like you go in the afternoon or like from the morning to the afternoon. You're not there the whole day, because if you're there the whole day, it's tiresome, it's annoying, and it's hella expensive. It's just so overpriced. Like all the food's overpriced. The tickets are overpriced. I don't know, is it like 2 years old when you start paying? Like, I mean, typical, but like the tickets are so overpriced. I don't get it. Okay, this one is gonna trigger at least like 50% of the population out there, but BTS, K-pop in general. Listen, I like some of their music. I like some of the music genre because I do listen to pop music, and the only difference is that it's in Korean. What I don't like is the fandom. It's the BTS fandom specifically, I would say. There has to be some sort of like crazy fan base for each musical artist out there, but I feel like the BTS one, and specifically the ARMY, says you need to calm down, like chillax. Some of the BTS songs, they slap. Like they're good, they're low-key good, they're not bad. Like people that trash their music, I think it's just because they're not like, they don't like foreign music or whatever. That's not the way I see it. I just see the fandom, and I see the fandom and I'm like, I don't want to be associated with that, so I don't really listen to K-pop because of their fandom. I'm gonna move on to the food portion. This video is probably dragging out a bit too long. Anyways, I guess to start off, the biggest like Mexican thing when you're eating is nopales. Nopales are disgusting. They're horrendous. I hate them. They're slimy, and like there's a certain way you gotta cook it to like get the slime off, and even if you take the slime off, they have like this nasty, I don't know, it has their distinct like flavor. Oh my god, I don't enjoy it. I hate it. Nasty, canceled, out of my way. Just like asparagus, bye. Close the door, both rot in hell. Avocados, they're not bad per se. I can only tolerate avocados in guacamole. Like it has to have a lot of lemon or other spices to like take that like flavor away, I guess. Like it's still there and it's tolerable. I like it. I love guacamole. Like guacamole is amazing. It's delicious, like depending who makes it, of course. But avocados in general, like them by themselves, that's nasty. Like avocado toast, I can't even fathom that thing. Like in my head, I can't process it. It's horrible. I wouldn't eat it. Also, Tapatio, Valentina, all of those red chiles que vienen en botella, disgusting. All are horrible. All should be thrown in the garbage. I don't like it. I don't like the smell. Chiles en vinagre also, like, they disgust me. These things legit disgust me. I can't eat them. Like, I just can't. I love salsa though. Like, homemade salsa is the only one I can tolerate. None of that prepackaged tapatio in the bottle. Like, no. Just thinking about it, like nopales, Tabasco with avocado. Chocolate, I love chocolate. Chocolate's amazing. I used to love white chocolate, but now like it's nasty to me. That's the only one I don't really like. But dark chocolate is the best chocolate out there. You can't at me. It is. It's amazing. It's delicious. It's the best. And probably to leave the last one that triggers like 50% of the population and the other 50% of the population agrees with my opinion, is that pineapple does belong on pizza. And if you don't like it, you can get out. The door is right there. You can't even see the door. What am I pointing at? I pointed over there, but that's literally a wall. That's my bed.